Back here in Elwood City, and the Sheets family is so happy to be a part of this community, and got my coffee revved up. Going to be a busy night for your Pratt Pack, but I couldn't think of anybody better than my man Nick Mancini here at McElwain Motors in Elwood City, Lawrence Avenue, to talk some sports. But my Equinox, I love it. My brother-in-law's bought a ton of cars here. I know lots of people that buy cars here. Service after the sale, they do it all. Kick the tire or two and take some test drives. The weather is getting nicer day by day. Spring is a big time of year. So what's happening in the world of Chevrolet for the spring of 2024, Nick?
Supposedly the new electric cars are coming. The Blazer, the Equinox, the maybe possibly a truck in the future,
Nice.
and the 25s, and some of the Corvettes are coming out too. They'll be out at the end of this year.
All right,
Year.
how long, tell the folks, this is when everybody says to me, when are you going to retire, Rob? Look, what am I going to do? I love working, but obviously it is getting to that point in my life. But every time I get around him, I want to get off the bench and get back into the game. So how long have you been doing this?
47 years here at McElwain's.
So why do you still work? That's the question. You love it.
I like it, and my wife's going to kill me, but I do like it.
People love him.
I like people. That's the problem.
He does. But listen, this just goes to show you, I've been being paid in the world of sports forever, but there are people like Nick who know more about sports than I could ever hope to know, and he knows about it at all levels. And tonight, Elwood City Coach Bradley, who I exchanged text messages with earlier today, I invited him to the hot dog shop in Chippewa. They have a hot dog shop here in Elwood City. I've been there many times, the Papa family and Alex Winger, where we're going to be later in Chippewa tonight. But he can't make it because it's senior night, it's a basketball night, it's Riverside, Elwood City. Talk about this young man that the Post-Gazette was talking all about, Mr. Roth. Please.
Joe Roth, all-state swimmer, will possibly go into Ohio State. He has a 4.0 average, high school. He's going to break the scoring record tonight. He needs 8 points to break the Elwood City high school scoring record tonight. 6'6", 6'7", just a great kid, nice kid, and from a great family.
All right, so this is where I put him to test. Some of the greatest football players you've ever seen from Elwood City and Beaver County. Just top 10, just some of the players that when you think about the big game, make you think of how good they were or how great they were when they played at Elwood or here in Beaver County in high school.
In Elwood, we had a great Chuck Landolfi. He went to Notre Dame, outstanding player, running back. Got hurt his freshman year at Notre Dame. Didn't get to play after that much because of the injury. My day, I got to see you're a great running back from New Brighton.
Bo James.
Bo James, unbelievable running back. That's in my day. Them were the two guys that stick out in my mind most. Quarterback-wise, I got to see Joe Namath. My dad took me down to Beaver Falls to see Joe Namath. That was one of the great players in my day.
Absolutely.
And this area, Aliquippa, with their feast of players, Law, Rivas, and Lindsay, and Gilbert. That was thrill watching them guys play.
You know, Pat Tarquinio actually coached here for a while, one of my legends as far as the cradle of coaches. But the connection to Chuck Knox. Talk about Chuck Knox a little bit.
Chuck Knox, I was a kid that he was here from 1956 to 1960, and Tarquinio was his assistant. And people always laugh when they say, I went to Youngstown University, and Ron Jaworski always made fun of Elwood City. But then I said, you're so lucky, your high school coach, your coach for the Rams is going to be Chuck Knox. And he said, no way. And he came back and he says, I can't believe it. He coached, there's always an Elwood City connection. And then Tark took over here, and that's probably our greatest years of football. We were playing with Ambridge, Aliquippa, Sharon, Furl, Newcastle, Beaver Falls, Butler. That year, Terry Hanray was he was another good quarterback you've seen play. But that was a great section in the 70s and up to the 80s. We lost a guy just passed away, Coach Costa. He had coached these kids and done a great job. But yeah, the towns have gotten smaller, the schools have gotten smaller, the talents have gotten smaller. We used to graduate 300-400, now we're graduating 100, so you can see how they grow.
Here's what I love about Nick, and you know, I was hanging out the other night with attorney Larry Kelly and attorney Joe George from LGKG. Love him, part of the KDKA lineup now, but we spent a lot of time talking about Coach Blundo, his son, Newcastle. I mean, we're all family here. But I asked him something a while ago, and this guy listens to the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday Show. Big fan of Greg Diola. So, Greg, if you're watching this, he loves you, loves Ted Arnaud. But he brought this up to me a long time ago, and it's been something I've been talking to everybody about. What do you think all these traveling teams are doing for the high school sports fan? I see where it's diminishing some of the talent. People disagree with me. Some think it needs to maybe be policed a little bit better. But you really brought up so many good points about that. Tell the audience your thoughts about traveling teams and what it's done to the high school talent that we all love to watch on Friday nights or Tuesday nights or whatever.
It's great. I mean, if you got a great kid, like in Elwood, we had a kid named Johns. He was a hell of a hockey player, number one pick of the. He deserved. He's 6'7". He could play hockey. I think you should go. But when they're killing the. I do baseball. They're killing the summer programs with travel. On the phone today, I'm calling all the kids that haven't signed up, and all the kids are not going to play in the summer league with their city. They're going to just play travel on weekends. So it's killed that. I mean, if the kid's a stud player, I agree the kid should go travel. Mm-hmm. But if you're not, if your dad's 5'2" and you're 5'2" and your kid's 5'2", where are you going? You know, I'm not being honest.
Right.
It's a big money maker. I mean, it's good the kids want to play, but you're killing your inner city, your city leagues. Like in we have great baseball here, and it's a shame. This last year was the first year we didn't have a pony league team. Didn't have kids because all the kids want to travel.
Well, you got Legion teams that merge.
Yeah, we have Elwood Legions with New Brighton, and even then they're having a struggle. This year in Colt League, I heard there are 5 leagues. Rich Ryle down in Beaver Falls runs it. He only has 5 Colt League teams. We used to have like 12 or 13. In Colt League, we used to have, at one time, we had 4 Colt League teams in town. And Kevin Ricciuti was a star player, pitcher for Elwood. When Kevin was here, we won a state championship. We had 4 Colt League teams. That's unbelievable.
All right, talk to me and get some customers coming in here. Beautiful day to take a test
Don't
drive.
worry about that.
But we're going to roll here for a little bit longer. But honestly, this has been the best experience I've had purchasing an automobile. I love what they do here. Mr. Ferrari, years ago, first to get me in the door, I wouldn't go to anyone else but this guy. And the McElwain family stands by everything, and they've got inventory, so come on out and see the USA in a Chevrolet. I absolutely love my Chevy Equinox. But I want to talk about baseball because you love baseball. Pirates are coming up. Spring training, Pirate pitchers and catchers. It's just about time we're going to start carrying some games on KDKA, and of course 93.7 The Fan throughout the year, and we'll be talking about them all year on the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday Show. Does hope bring eternal? Do you start seeing, O'Neill Cruz going to be healthy again? Brian Hayes, Brian Reynolds, they picked up some talent in the off season. What do you think?
I think they're going to be better, hopefully, with Cruz back and their pitching. That's going to be the key. They're pitching. You got the big left-hander. Now you can take the 8th inning. Bednar takes the 9th inning. Hopefully is the only thing is all the other teams got good too. All the other teams got better. Milwaukee's not going to spend as much money, so they're probably down. St. Louis has lost a lot of the players. They should be down. So in the Pittsburgh division, it should be Cubs, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati. I think Milwaukee and the Cardinals are going to be down. Overall baseball, though, the Dodgers maybe they're going defeated. Sadly,
Man.
And
Lots of money.
Spent too much money. It's an unfair sport. Baseball was like pro football, have a different champion every year. Everything's balanced, everything's fair. Baseball is very unfair. For the small market teams, the small market team develops a great player, and all of a sudden that pitcher they got from LSU last year. In 5 years, if he's that good, he won't be with Pittsburgh. Sadly, I look at Cleveland, they lost 4 or 5 players this past 2 or 3 years. Baseball is very unfair with the small market teams.
All right, let's talk about the game coming up Sunday. Right now, Rivers Casino, wherever you want to go make a legal sportsbook bet, Frisco still is a slight favorite, just under a field goal. 2.5, depending on where you look. Makes sense?
Technically, no. I can't figure why they are favored. It looks like the game has. It's funny. The Kansas City Chiefs beat Buffalo at Buffalo, beat Baltimore at Baltimore, and now they should be favored. But the San Francisco didn't play a great game against Green Bay. They sweat out the game with Detroit. What Detroit should have won. The coach kind of blew that game. And I'm a diehard Lion fan, so it was really a stunning loss.
Was.
Detroit should have won that game. Now,
Should he have gone for it on 4th down?
Never.
Okay.
The only thing for me, I'm a Lion fan. I'm going to be sick if San Francisco wins it all. I'll be really sick because Detroit should have beat San Francisco. Kicks at 2 field goals. They're in the Super Bowl. And again, they'd be playing Kansas City. Kansas City, great coach Reed, Mahomes. Again, it's going to be the defense. And Kansas City got a good. That's been Kansas City's key. Their defense. They dropped a lot of balls all year long, and I never thought they'd be in the Super Bowl, but I never thought they'd beat Buffalo, and I never thought they'd beat Baltimore. But they're there again. Andy Reid's a great coach.
How good is this guy? I mean, he's worth getting up every day just to come out to Elwood City. Why do you love this community? I know why I do. But you know, one of my listeners talked about the other night, one of the things that still upsets them about Elwood City, and I'm just going to talk about it, losing a hospital here.
Terrible loss. Biggest loss for the town. We did a hospital bad. We're 27 miles from medical center, almost 25 miles to Newcastle. You go to the emergency rooms, you have to wait 8-9 hours. We have to drive right now. We end up going to Wexford, which is almost 35 minutes, but you get in 10 minutes.
Great place, AHN, Wexford, love it.
But that's the hard part. The biggest loss for El. El was a great little town.
Great people.
I wish the schools would merge. The schools are both small. Underneath school, they should merge.
Who? Riverside, Elwood?
Riverside and Elwood City.
Boy, that would make a great sports.
And they say 2 different counties, but as I argued with Frank LaGrotta, what county was Midland in? Because they went to East Liverpool for 10 years. So
he's the best.
Yeah, Frank LaGrotta is the best. But no, it's a great town. People care. Somebody passes away, the funeral is packed. It's a good old town. It's just been it's a nice little town.
So I've been down to the St. Anthony Club in Midland lately. What's this? Larry Kelly was telling me, St. Margaret Club in Newcastle. You know where that's at?
I know where it's at, but I never.
He said it's like unbelievable. I got to get out there one of these days.
That's your buddy Frank Augustine.
Oh, really? The pizza man.
Yes, that's his crew out there.
He's a good guy.
Larry's got 2 daughters that are lawyers, so he's doing a lot of advertising.
He's a great guy. Him and Joe George, just a great guy. Guys, listen, this town, the only way I can describe it, you know, during Christmas time, you put the little village underneath the tree, where everything is in the right place and everybody seems happy. This is a special town. It really is. Good people, and you got Father Freedy here now.
We got a good priest here now. We all got good priests. We merged with St. Ferdinand and St. Gregory up in Newcastle. We probably have 4 great priests, and it's really fun going to Mass. And every week we get a different one, and it's fun. It's enjoyable to go to Mass.
The first equinox I bought here was a used equinox, and it was owned by a priest. So divine intervention. I'm grateful for that.
One other thing here, if you're coming down this way, we have a St. Anthony Novena. They bring about 9 great priests in, and we're going to get the Bishop Burns from Dallas.
Nice.
He was born in he was raised in Elwood. He was a priest here. Now he's the bishop of the Dallas diocese. He's going to come back and do the Novena one night, the 5th week. He's going to come back and do it. That's having back. They asked him. He's going to fly back for the Novena, which is 1 hour. God bless the guy.
All right. So who wins the game? Give me a point.
I'm going to take Kansas City.
By how much?
They're getting 2 points.
So within that swing, you think it's going to be a close-scoring game? A lot of points scored in the game, you think?
I don't know. There were 2 great defenses. Kansas City has a terrific. That's Kansas City. They have Mahomes. Let alone their offense is good. They won it because they have a great defense. They stopped Baltimore and they stopped Buffalo.
I still think Deebo Samuel's a big part of this game. I really do, because he can do so much. And by the way,
and the running back for San Francisco is great too.
McElwain, yeah.
The only thing is sometimes it might be their turn. That's it. Life is destiny sometimes.
Well, yeah, that's what they say. Back to the Pirates. Paul Skeens, that guy, I'd start him opening day. Why not? If he's not going to be here for the long haul, let's see what you can do.
Well, they're not going to do that. They're going to wait to come in June, and they're going to get that extra year.
You glad Davis?
You know, Mr. Nutty is not going to waste a dime.
You glad that Davis is catching?
I like the other guy better, but
hurt.
Yeah, he's hurt. The kid Davis got a great arm, but I think they knew he was hurt. That's when that other guy got hurt. They didn't shy away from Davis, but they didn't tell anybody. But they knew he was hurt. He was a great catcher, Rodriguez.
And by the way, Stacy, who is filming this video, she's the first face you see when you come in here.
Yes,
so
and she's the nicest person here.
Big help. Really, what a lot of people don't realize about this business, it's all of the people in finance and everything that goes with it. Obviously, the parts department, Jonathan down there. I mean, there's just so much. The ASC certified mechanics, the salespeople, you know, the paper writers. I mean, there's so much that goes into this.
Last month, this was the little Elwood City was #1 in the Pittsburgh zone selling cars. It's amazing. A little town like this, you know, that's North Sky in Pittsburgh. North Star in Pittsburgh, and all the big ones. Cochran, Elwood City was number one.
So
Amazing.
Jonathan Bryan, I know some, but there are many others. Tell me about the McElwain family a little bit, and what they've done for this community. You've been here a half a century, so you've seen them all. What about that great family?
It was founded by Uncle Roy in 1930, and ended up selling to his nephew, Harold McElwain. Harold had 3 sons, Floyd, Frank, and Kevin. And I got hired in 1977, and they're good people to work for. They care about the customer. The old man always said, if customers are coming, I'm going to give it to them. But his other line was, if you take care of the community will take care of you. And he's always said that. I always remember his famous line to father. He was a great guy. He was the best salesman I ever met.
Here's one of the things that I'm all about. We'll close on this. Service after the sale. I come and get my oil change here. I get a free car wash. And to me, that goes such a long way. And they've got the best little car wash down the road here. I'm telling you, and basically, I didn't have to buy a Sheets coffee. They give you coffee. I mean, it's just so family friendly here.
Yeah. The town is a good little town.
It is. It is. Thank you.
Thank you.
Listen, he didn't have to do that, but he did it for me. And I got to tell you, it just goes to show you, I could have been a car salesman. Anyway, have a great day at your Pratt Pack. Later tonight in Chippewa, we're talking more of the big game at the Brighton Hot Dog Shop. And by the way, they got a great Brighton Hot Dog Shop right here in this great community of Elwood City. Have a great day at your Pratt Pack.